Lovely day today to work on the car. Look at that. Huh. Okay, well, let's get moving here. I've already got some of the stuff out. Got some more to do. So I've dropped the oil. Just set that up as a windbreak because the wind was messing with me. Oil's dropped. I've undone the battery cable, so now I can do the what is it? The starter. I don't want that energized while I'm playing with it. So it's got to come off, and a bunch of other stuff. There's a motor mount that's got to come off. A few other things we'll get to. Let's put the plug back in, oil, and get moving. Sorry about the music. The dancers are down the street. It's Sunday. They're doing their thing. Let's see if I can get this with my fingers. Yep. Starter's out of the way. I use the zip tie to hold it up over there because I don't want it hanging by the wires. That's lots of room. I gotta take off this. It's a motor mount. And yeah, then I've got some stuff up here too. Not sure what exactly, but I'll find it, I guess. I'll show you what I've been fighting with. See that hose there? That's a real treat. And now, up in here, my finger, I got it run with this and that thing over there. I think they're for something to do with the air intake manifold. Just the mounting screws. Or it could be the, you know what, it's probably the catch can for the oil, the PVC thing. Real pains in the butt, that's what they were. Come on. Okay, progress report. So far, the hardest thing that's been able to get off is this motor mount here. These big bolts that go into this subframe. That was a real pain. Also up in here, these little bolts that go in, hold this hose that goes into the oil pan. So now I've got everything unattached from the oil pan. Now it's just a matter of undoing it, holding the motor up, and I've taken the block out, but holding the motor up and taking the pan off. So let's get at these ones over here. They're going to be the toughest. So we'll do those first. Okay, I got all the bolts out. Now it's just a matter of whacking it with the persuasion device. What's out there? This may take a few extra whacks. It's moving. Come on down. Ah, screwdriver. It's down. Gripping. Oh, nice. To get the preliminary look. That pickup's nice and clean. That's good. It's good to see that. Oh. Let's let that drip for a little bit. And then, oh God, it's dripped on my head. dipstick came out with it. I was hoping it would stay, but that's okay. Oh, where's the light? Come on. So, that's what it looks like. Oh, glad I left that there. We got a little carbon. Overall, it's not that bad. Like, I was expecting this to be maybe plugged, but they're looking pretty good. Inside the pan, yeah, there's carbon. Icky stuff. So, we'll see what chunks are on the bottom, if there are any. Hope not. So here it is. There's still a little bit of oil in it. It's I don't really, oh there, I guess there's a hole under there. Because I don't understand how this works. Why would there be a separate reservoir? But I guess there isn't. Okay, so a little bit of carbon here. And that's the oil return from up top. This, a little bit of carbon in there too. Here's our oil fill thing. It's about 8 millimeters oil still in the bottom. Let's drain that out. Got that all pan off, sweetie. This is interesting, these little patterns. I don't know what that's all about. But, oh well. Oh, we'll get some, this Varsol, give this a rinse out. Okay, there we are. I've just used a little bit of Varsol. I'm gonna use some brake clean now. Just to give it a quick clean. I gotta clean the gasket up around here too. Do that after. Nice. Okay, good enough. Okay, so I have to remove this oil pickup, this casing here, to get to my my crank and bearings. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I might have to take the oil pump off. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. Do whatever we need to. So I've got one off, that one that's dripping there, and that looks really good. I'm gonna pop that rod up, slide in a new bearing with some lube on it, and we'll put it back on. I've got new bolts too to put in here. Got 3 done, just working on the 4th. I'm gonna take it off now. I've already loosened it. We're working on this one here. I mentioned I already loosened it, right? Okay. This one has come off, leaving the bearing there. Look at the discoloring That's a great shot, isn't it? Yeah, let's grab this bearing. Hi. Drip some oil in my face. That looks pretty good. Don't know about how black the backs of these are, but oh well. Let's go clean this up. We'll get some new bearings stuck in here. Oh, let's take that other bearing out too while we're here. No sense getting up twice. So to get this other one out, I take my screwdriver, put it on the edge of the bottom of the connecting rod, just give it a little tap up, so I've got it loose, and now let's give the bearing a little spin. There we go. There it is. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's go and clean them up. So here's the new bearing. Nice and clean. I've cleaned off the cap too. You see there's some discoloration in there, up in here. They're all like that, and I don't get it, but oh well, not gonna let it bother me, because it shouldn't. And this stuff, this red stuff, this is just like chainsaw oil, summer chainsaw oil. You take these bearings, place them in where the old bearing was. It's usually about the middle. Another dab of red honey. That's about the consistency of this. Okay, that one's done. This one is the one that we're going to roll up in. We want to coat it as well. Should mention you want to have clean hands when you do this. Okay, we're putting it right in here. I know, it's a great shot, isn't it? Okay. First, we put our bearing in, roll it around to the top, get it where we want it, about centered. We're going to pull the rod down. There we go. Make sure it's centered. Put it in there. Oh, that's pushing the rod right up. Now, how do you tell which way this goes? You can see there's a line there, and there's no line there. On these, the line's at the front. So we're going to put this right like that. These aren't cut, these are broken, so that they're a perfect fit. Same on this one. There we go. Oh, that's that. Now I'm going to turn it over again and do my last two. And do this one first, this one down here on the end. It's the one I'm kind of worried about because it's, I think, what was knocking. The other ones look really well. We'll do this one last because it's got something there. Well, oil pump. So this is the bearing I was most concerned about. Get in there. There we go. That's the crank. And it looks fabulous. Well, the crank does anyways. The bearing looks fine too. That's like nothing was up, but it was the only one that had play side to side in there. All these other ones, you can't wiggle them. You could wiggle that one. I wonder if that's where my rattling was coming from. Okay, well, we'll find out, I guess. We're gonna put this bearing in, and then we'll come down to this one down here. We don't know. So it's going back together. Put the splash guard or whatever that is in, this in with its new rubber. Next is going to be this black thing. This is the oil pickup. Let's try not to get ripped on. Oh, we put the rubber on here first. There we go. Now, let's give this another clean. I've got it all pretty well cleaned. I want to wipe it down one more time with brake cleaner. Okay, here we are. It's the witching hour. We're gonna put this pan, I don't know if you can see it. There's this pokey bit here, you can see. Oh yeah, that's why that was such a pain in the ass. Okay, look at that. Oh, I guess I'll just start dropping nuts or bolts now. May as well. No, sorry about that long montage of doing nothing. Here we go. I've got a drill. The torque setting is really low. So this is where we are. It's used oil in jugs, rags, so they don't catch fire. Bearings, until I figure out what to do with them. The car's not done yet. I still have a few more things to put together. Like the splash shield and stuff. Specifically the things I had a really hard time getting done. The little hose that has to go across the front has to be bolted on again. That was a big pain in the butt getting that off. I've got to finish the motor mount on this side, on the going to the motor. I did get the bottom part of that motor mount in, which took me almost an hour to get that silly thing out. Anyways, it's out, or it's out and it's back in, and now we'll look at it tomorrow. I'm just getting frustrated today. Found another motor mount here. It's not supposed to wiggle like that, so we'll fix that up tonight. Put another piece of rubber in there, piece of Delaron or something, and that'll fix it. What else we gotta do? Gotta finish putting oil in. I've already put in 5 liters. It holds 7. What else? Oh, there's other things. I can't remember what they are. I'll figure it out when I get under the car tomorrow. Got the barbecue going. We've got Mom over for dinner, so I've been cooking prime rib while trying to do the car, and yeah, it's been a pain in the butt, but prime rib's done. Car's not. Prime rib looks great. Car looks good too. It looks like we got a really good seal with the anaerobic sealant. That's this stuff. liquid gasket. I decided to use the Volvo one. It's just easier. It's pink too. It's Easter color. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Please click clicky things, and we'll see you tomorrow.